the limit of x tends to infinity, x multiplied by s plus 1 in bracket, all divided by 2 times the square root of 9x to the power of 4 plus 1. Now you might be wondering, how did I get this? Now let's see. If you have x times s plus 1 in bracket divided by 2 all over the square root of 9x to the power of 4 plus 1. The one on top here are taken as 1. You see the bracket there? Now I can rewrite it by saying there's a silent one close to it times 1. So if I separate it, I will now have x multiplied by s plus 1 in bracket divided by 2 multiplied by 1 all over the square root of 9x to the power of 4 plus 1. You see that? Now, if I take the numerator for the numerator, that means the value on top of the division sign, which is s into bracket s plus 1 times 1, right? All divided by the denominator times the denominator, that is 2 times the square root of what? 9x to the power of 4 plus 1 to give us what we have here. That is how I come about this. Now, if I expand the numerator, I'll be having lim s tends to infinity, x times s is x squared, x times 1 is x, all divided by 2 times the square root of what? 9x to the power of 4 plus 1, right? Now, since we have the sign infinity, our x is tending toward infinity. One of the criteria, one of the conditions whenever you're having infinity sign is that what? Divide the numerator and the denominator by the highest value of what? Of x. And what is the highest value of x? That is x squared, right? So if I start dividing, I'll be having x squared plus x all divided by x squared all divided by 2 times square root of 9x to the power of 4 plus 1 all divided by what? X squared, right? Now, if I recall, if I have a plus b over c, it's going to give me a over c plus b over c, right? So I'll implement it here. So I'll be having the limit of x tends to infinity, x squared over x squared plus x over x squared, all divided by 2 square root of 9x to the power of 4 plus 1 divided by what? X to the power of 4. Now you'll be wondering, right? You'll be wondering how I come about this. Now let's see. If I have 2 square root of 9x to the power of 4 plus 1 divided by what? The square root of x to the power of 4. You'll be wondering, where did the square root of x to the power of 4 come from? It's the same thing, because if you look for the square root of x to the power of 4, you're going to have x squared. So because I want the numerator and denominator to conform. Recall, when you have the square root of a over square root of b is equals to what? The square root of a over b. So if I implement it here, I'm going to be having what I have here. You can see that? So from here, I have the limit of x tends to infinity 1 plus. Now, from the above expression, x squared over x squared is 1, and x over x squared give us 1 over x. How? If I have x over x squared is equals to x over x times x. X in here 1, in here 1. So we have left with what? 1 over 1 times x, which is what? X. So that's how I come about this. All divided by 2 multiplied by the square root of what? 9x to the power of 4 over x to the power of 4 plus 1 all over x to the power of 4. Now, the limit of x tends to infinity will give us 1 plus 1 over x divided by 2 square root of the x4 will cancel the x4, we're left with 9 plus 1 over x4. Now, since I have my x tends to infinity, anywhere I see x, I input infinity. So I'll be having 1 plus 1 over, instead of writing x, I put infinity, all divided by 2 multiplied by the square root of what? 9 plus 1 over infinity raised to power what? 4. Recall, any finite number over infinity is equal to what? 0, right? So I will now start. Note one thing. Immediately I start inputting my value of x, I don't need to write the lim anymore. So from here, if If I now want to rewrite this, I will now have 1 plus 1 over infinity is 0 all over 2 times square root of 9 plus 1 over infinity, because infinity raised by anything is infinity, right? So we'll have 1 over infinity will give us what? 0. So we'll have 9 plus what? 0 here. Now 1 plus 0 is 1 divided by 2 times the square root of 9, because 9 plus 0 is 9 and the square root of 9 is 3. So 2 times 3 will give us what? 1 over 6. So if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to click on the subscribe button and also click on the notification bell. Thanks for watching.